Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Ginuwine, brought into the world on October 15, 1970, is a multi-skilled American performer referred to for his ability as a vocalist, lyricist, rapper, entertainer, and artist, with a total asset assessed at $1,500,000. He has cut a huge specialty for himself in media outlets throughout his vocation and has truly gifted the world with an assortment of studio collections, large numbers of which have achieved the lofty platinum certificate for their business achievements. His effect on the music scene is unquestionable, with a wonderful 10 million collections sold in the US alone. Bears the engraving of his one-of-a-kind style and masterfulness, reverberating with crowds. Through his music Veritable, he has caught the hearts of fans overall, procuring basic recognition and establishing his status as an unmistakable figure in contemporary music. Past his melodic undertakings, Ginuwine's gifts stretch out into the domains of acting and dancing, further exhibiting his flexibility and imaginative ability. His commitments to different features of media outlets mirror his unfaltering obligation to his art, and his tenacious quest for greatness in the last part of the 90s certifiable took off to distinction with the assistance of maker Timeland, conveying hits like Coney Thus Restless that ruled. The diagrams. His initial two collections achieved twofold platinum status, flagging a flourishing music profession anyway. Behind the marvelousness and excitement of his public persona, he wrestled with significant individual battles, obscure to a significant number of his fans, in spite of his melodic victories. Ginuwine's confidential life was a turbulent, exciting ride, defaced by significant misfortune, substance misuse, and familial difficulties. Following the arrival of his second collection, 100% Authentic, his ubiquity took off, with fans giving him veneration during the performance, represented by the capricious token of throwing clothing onto the stage, a demonstration that was authentically cleverly described to the New York Post. Yet, in the midst of the pinnacle of his profession, misfortune struck in 1999 when his dad, James, unfortunately ended his own life. The aggravation extended under a year after the fact that Sandra's mom died. Because of malignant growth, the sequential misfortunes of the two guardians dove certifiable into a significant and profound chasm, driving him to examine taking his own life. On various events in the tosses of sadness certified, went to substance maltreatment as a survival technique, polishing off exorbitant measures of Hennessy and joy pills day to day, regardless of looking for comfort and treatment. He found little alleviation showing up at arrangements, inebriated and unfit to find respite from his internal conflict. It was only after a concerned companion mediated, encouraging him to look for comfort and confidence, that Real found a good omen. Leaving treatment, Real looked for shelter in the congregation, where his minister gave the direction and backing he frantically required through mentoring and profound direction. Veritable started to defy the evil spirits that took steps to polish off him, tracking down newly discovered strength and versatility. In 2001, Authentic emptied his despair into his third collection, The Life as an Accolade for his late guardians. One of the champion tracks, Two Reasons I Cry, filled in as a powerful tribute to their memory, mirroring his profound excursion. Anyway, fans noticed a takeoff from Authentic Mark sound, with long-term maker Timbaland's impact eminently missing from everything except one tune. In a sincere meeting with I Realize You Got Soul Certified, uncovered the strain elements between him, Timeland, and dear companion Elia, crediting their break to he tensions of business and misinformed exhortation. In the midst of the tumult of individual and expert disturbance, Certified found comfort in affection with his sweetheart rapper Soul. In 2001, they invited their girl story, mixing their families with So's two kids from a past relationship. Notwithstanding past difficulties, their association denoted another section of security and satisfaction. Following the arrival of his fourth collection, the senior Ginuwine and his family sunk into a roomy home in Liquorwine, Maryland, as detailed by the Washington Post in 2003. Real and Zoe traded promises, cementing their obligation to one another. Pondering their relationship, Veritable offered thanks for finding an accomplice who typified characteristics of affection, parenthood, and strength. However, recognizing his flaws as a spouse, Authentic stayed devoted to being a present and strong dad. He effectively took an interest in his girls' exercises, going to expressive dance classes and parent-educator gatherings with excitement in the midst of his familial obligations. Veritable kept on chasing after his enthusiasm for music, delivered collections like Simple in 2005 and a man's considerations in 2009 talk whirled around Ginuwine's supposed quest for entertainer Lisa Beam McCoy, started by tease during the shooting of his music video. For Last Possibility. The murmurs escalated after the pair was spotted sharing supper at the upscale Mr. Chow in Beverly Slopes. Reports propose that Lisa Beam, in the midst of a separation fight with Turks and Q's chief Michael Mick, and Authentic shared a genuine kiss during their night together. Compelled to stand up to the tattle, head-on Veritable tended to the circumstance straightforwardly. In a meeting with Honeymag, he passionately discredited the bits of gossip, declaring that they were unjustifiable and unwarranted regardless of his endeavors to scatter the charges. The debate cast a shadow over his relationship with Soul, bringing strains into their marriage that were certifiable anyway. Undaunted in his obligation to his better half in conversations with the magazine, he explained that he had made it unequivocally obvious to Soul that he wouldn't risk their relationship for any other person, regardless of the difficulties presented by the report. Authentic demanded that his devotion to his marriage stayed unflinching as the murmurs of the reputed undertaking circled. Many trust that this occurrence denoted the start of hardships in Ginuwine's union with Soul anyway. Underneath the surface, the craftsman confronted extra difficulties. Teaming up with Missy Elliott and Timbaland for the 2009 collection, a man's contemplations really experienced obstacles with Timeland, notwithstanding paying $50,000 for Forest Area's appearance in the music video to get involved. Timeland neglected to show up, leaving Certified baffled and communicating his dissatisfactions in interviews. Certified imparted his failure to Timbaland's apparent unfaithfulness. This was not the initial time Certifiable felt drove somewhere around Timbaland, as he cited an example of reasons and an absence of help in advancing their cooperative endeavors. It became clear to Veritable that Timbaland's revenue from cooperating had faded in 2012, and he really wound up entangled in private unrest when his girlfriend Tiffany broadcasted complaints against him via virtual entertainment in a progression of open posts. Tiffany lauded her mom for her consideration and named Certified a Debbie father for his apparent non-attendance in her life, while the public circulating of complaints caused strain by 2015 dad and little girl had accommodated anyway. The episode revealed insight into the intricacies of Ginuwine's own life. Addressing Sister Toyster magazine, Veritable thought about the difficulties of co-nurturing with numerous ladies. Recognizing the strain it put on his connections, he conceded that changing starting with one relationship then onto the next frequently ignited dramatization among his kids' moms, a unique he saw as deplorable in spite of his second thoughts over the conditions of his past kids' births. He insisted his affection for them. In 2011, Certified delivered Elgin, denoting one more part in his melodic excursion. The next year, he united with Tank and Tyrese to frame the Super G Bunch TGT's collection of Three Lords, dropped in 2013, promising another period of melodic joint effort anyway. During special appearances, concerns emerged about Ginuwine's disposition, especially during exhibitions of the track. I want numerous eyewitnesses to note Ginuwine's curious conduct, portrayed by extreme squinting and jumpiness, brought up issues about his prosperity in a meeting with world star hip Bounce Authentic, who credited his surprising way of behaving to polishing off a 5-hour caffeinated drink promptly. Toward the beginning of the day anyway, given his set of experiences with substance misuse issues, distrust encompassed his clarification. TGT, the melodic triplet, including real Tyrese and Tank, experienced a critical difficulty during their visit, when Authentic purportedly seemed bewildered at exhibitions and meetings. This drove Tyrese to report the visit's untimely end and indicated TGT going on without Certifiable. Notwithstanding incidental clues at a get-together, no new music emerged, and Certified confronted monetary burdens as his previous supervisor guaranteed he owed $83,000 in eminences, tracing all the way back to 1996. His attorney countered, uncovering Ginuwine's desperate monetary circumstance, indicating potential liquidation. Reports surfaced of significant obligations, incorporating $300,000 in neglected personal expenses, mostly ascribed to strains in his marriage. Thanks for watching this video.